Star Child Starseed reading. Let's get right into our week. It's a big week. We have the summer solstice coming up as well as that full moon. So let's check out what the Blu-ray beings have for us today. Blu-ray beings, they're bringing us the direct essence from the emerald flame. They're bringing us that blue flame vibration from the three well-known guardians, these higher angelic beings, and they're allowing us to figure out how to express our most purest aspect of who we actually are, because we are actually these 12th dimensional and higher vibrating beings, and they're going to help bridge us between dimensions of this pure aspect of ourselves and the denser dimension of who we are right now. So let's check out what they're offering us this week. Know yourself. They're offering to know yourself, and I love that this card came up with the most purest version of who we are, because that is who we actually are. I'm going to put the Blu-ray beings up for a moment while we channel and really dig deeper into knowing yourself, knowing, okay, am I connected closely to the blue flame? And that is the emerald order. Are you directly correlated with that emerald flame? Are you directly ordered with the violet flame, the Brahmarata, that aspect of angelic work? Or are you connected more with the golden ray, the golden flame? This is the seraphim. So if you're connected more with that blue ray, this is that Elohai, the Elohim, and then it teeters down to the seraphim or seraphi, and that teeters down to the Brahmarata, the golden and violet flame. That gold transcends to the violet vibration. So knowing where you fit and your life purpose, because that can clarify things. If you are connecting more to the Elohim, the blue ray, also seen as teal or green, this connects you more to a heart-centered base. This is connecting you more to how you express love and infinite love for yourself and others. If you're connecting more to the seraphim, the golden flame, that's connecting you more on the aspect of how you surrender and forgive yourself and others, and how you open up to gaining and directing energy and vibrations. And if you're connecting more to that violet flame, the Brahmarata flame, that gorgeous purple lavender color, that's going to direct you more towards, okay, how can I experience and gain wisdom from this experience and really know who I am? So checking out what your life purpose is this week and understanding and meditating. Really meditate to see, who am I and which angelic flame do I most recognize my soul to be with? And maybe it's mixed up with multiple. If you are only resonating with the Elohim, the blue flame, that's wonderful. If you mix and mesh with the seraphim is directly under the Elohim, so it's also a connection to that higher vibration. And the violet flame, that's directly in correlation underneath the seraphim. So technically they're all working coincide, but knowing and meditating and seeing, who am I at my purest vibration this week? And this is going to help assist on your path of, who am I and where does my light come from? We know your light comes from the universe. We know it comes from source, but once your light became fragmented out of source, where did it shine to? What path, what vibration, what light, flame, frequency did you connect with most? And this is going to help you realign with your divine blueprint. This is what is going to help lift the veil off of a lot of illusions. This is what's going to help with your maybes or ifs or shoulds or woulds or coulds in your life. And it's going to make a defined cut and say, no, this is what is true. It's going to assist in opening you up to that divine blueprint. So this week is huge for us to know ourselves. Let's see what the dolphin vibrations, the dolphin people, the dolphin babies have to say for us. This is the Lemurian origin. They're going to assist us with the flow of our energy this week. They do not work with time as a linear object or a linear graph. They more work with time as a tool, allowing your life to be timeless and allowing and freeing up your timeline to adapt to new realities. So let's see how we can take our time with the dolphin energy this week and what's going on. Ether and matter. Ether and matter. Dolphin vibration wants us, the Lemurian origins, they want us to know that ether and matter is incredibly important this week. Let's put up our beautiful dolphin card. So now when we think of ether and matter, this brings me in thinking about spirit, thinking about consciousness, and thinking about the growth of spirit and consciousness. Now it also dives into your inner child. We are beginning to spiritualize matter. We're beginning to, when you were a child, you were able to do this flawlessly. You were able to believe more. And we'll take it a step further. You had faith in spirit. So you were able to actually see spirit more. And we're bringing that more to life. And we're actually bringing it in as a new life. Your desires are taking form in your new reality. And emotions of your inner child. So energy is going to sparkle up around you. I don't know about you, but this Gaia and Urantia, this 5th dimension and 7th dimensional planet that we're living on, it's really bright. The greens are greener. The water sparkles more. I'm noticing more rainbows within water and glass, and I'm just recognizing that glimmers within my reality are becoming more apparent, and we're starting to see our natural talents and bring out those talents that we were masters at a young age. We're bringing that back. That's what the dolphins want us to know, and to continue spiritualizing the matter and continue working with the energy when we see that glimmer throughout our day. So if you see a rainbow, if you see a glimmer, a shimmer, you see an orb, you see something that may seem supernatural, which in reality is natural for our 5th dimension, 7th dimension physical planet, recognize it and allow it to move you throughout your day. Allow it to move those talents you had growing up to be natural talents right now as you are. Now let's check out our indigo child. Let's check out and receive some inspiration. A lot of different types of indigo children, indigo people have come to our planet to assist, and we want to see how they can inspire us, whether you are an indigo child or you have indigo beings around you. Let's see how they want to assist and activate our heart Templar, activate a balance within our reality, and let's see where we can take action and how we can bring our passion alive. Let's see how a huge point of indigo children is bringing the community together, because how we continue raising our frequency is by bringing the community to the same frequency and raising it together, because it's no fun having an ascension and you being the only one in that dimension, and not saying, oh, you'll just be left alone. It's really saying you have to go and dense and lower your vibration to connect with others in your community, to not feel alone. So let's raise everyone's vibration so no one is physically alone. We're all here together thriving. So let's check out what they have to say. Vision of unity. Oh my goodness. Exactly what I was saying. Exactly what we were tapping into. So the indigo child, the indigo people, whether you are one or not, they want to bring a vision of unity. And what I'm also seeing is the flower of life. So working on that sacred geometry can be incredibly helpful. Now, the direction. The direction is to focus on the light. And that's where focusing on spiritualizing the physical reality around you is important, because now you're pointing out, oh, that has a light frequency that relates to my Elohim self. I can program with that light to raise the frequency of this entire reality. So we're picking out what resonates with us at an authentic frequency. So we have, as that Elohim, as that seraphim, as that violet ray, we have a right to see our power and see our manifestation. So when you have visions, this is your divine self, not your higher self, because your Elohim, your seraphim, your violet angelic ranking, this is your divine self that has split up into 12 other higher selves, and those higher selves each split up into 12 individual denser souls like you and I here today. Now, your divine self is giving you the right to see into your reality, to see the power that you have to manifest with. And these are what we call signs. The angel numbers, the spirit guides, seeing those glimmers, recognizing the light frequency that matches your light frequency. Now, we need to release and forgive those illusions. We have to forgive the illusion that we're separate from our divine counterpart. We have to forgive the illusion that, oh, material things don't have a conscious light. Oh, that doesn't have light in it. Everything has a conscious reality, a conscious vibration. Everything has light within it. It's us as a divine ascending group, a divine ascending generation, a divine ascending consciousness that gets to decide and decipher, hey, that has light, let's raise its frequency and remember its importance. Because when we remember another individual, object, environment, place, thing, person, anything, when we remember that thing's light, it triggers our own light. And now we're raising the frequency. So this is a huge pineal activation. This is activating a third eye awakening. This is activating our free will. You have a free will to create your reality. And by creating your reality, you focus on the light. And you focus on the vision of what you're seeing and the power that you have, and recognizing things around you, recognizing people around you, recognizing animals, plants, anything that's around you that has light. And when you give it that respect, that I see you, you are light just like me, the frequency is raised. So with that being said, no, you are light. I see your light from within you as you see my light from within me, and we can raise our frequency together. Let's check out what the Earth Angels have to say for our week. Earth Angels are bringing kindness within our auric field. They are showing us where we may be sensitive, because wherever you're sensitive, this is bringing out vulnerability. And we know that when we are vulnerable, this is actually when we are at our strongest. Have you ever noticed when someone is incredibly scared, they may go right to being defensive and showing how they could defend themselves physically or mindfully. There's some sort of defense mechanism, but that's actually when they are scared the most. So you actually reverse it. When you are vulnerable, shaking at the knees, worried, but you continue pursuing what you need to do, That's strong. That is showing how strong you are, because despite having fear, you recognize you had the fear. Sure, it may show up physically, energetically, however it shows up, but you transmute it. You change the fear. You say, no, I'm not giving in to that fear. So let's see what our Earth Angel's higher perspective is, and help us with our divine abilities here for this week. Purity. So we're working with unicorn energies right now. Let's see. So I want to recognize that Earth Angels will be popping up as unicorns. So if you're seeing a lot of unicorns anywhere around, no, this is your time to activate your beautiful and unique gifts. This is a time to not be in your predicament, not be in that position, but be above that position. Now let's check out a little bit more of how those unicorns are coming in. Now, your sensitivity is that you are pure. You're sensitive because I feel like you already know that you are this divine being. You've encountered your divine self, right? Because of this, anything that is impure, anything that is dense or darker than your divine self, you are very sensitive to it. So some people may call you incredibly emotional. Some people may even say, intolerable, avoiding. They might say you avoid things, but that isn't true. You're not, in a sense, avoiding. It's actually your gift. Your gift is recognizing and being sensitive to dense and impure vibrations. And it can trigger people knowing that kind of truth. And you are actually very strong. Some people see this as being very vulnerable, when in actuality, if you ever spoke about these truths, and when you do, I can see you're beginning to start speaking truthfully. Your words are coming out very pure, and that can slice people like a knife. That can really cut and wound people because they're not used to that light. They're not used to that truth. Right? They're used to cutting around the bush, and that's strong to them. No. But your spiritual eyes are open to other people's vulnerability, and you're helping other people to be strong with their vulnerability. So thank you so much. As a collective, we're all helping each other, and that unicorn is really a sign to not back down, to know that you are pure, you are standing, you're not emotional, you have a high energy vault. You've tapped into your highest energy source, and that can seem emotional to people that negate their emotions. Oops. Very interesting. Pono came to say hi to me under my desk. Hi. All right. He heard the emotion, being full of emotions. All right. Now, Rainbow Child. These are we've heard about rainbow children. These are very powerful, untriggerable, unfuckwithable, unstoppable beings that are on our planet now, and they are helping build this new earth. They are the foundation, and their energy reincarnating on this planet, they've assisted us in being fifth dimensional. They have so many talents. They're good at anything that they put their mind to. And they came into this world knowing how to alchemize situations. They know how to turn anything into gold. So if you know someone, or if you are that person that anything you touch turns to gold, turns to something outstanding, something actually better than what you had planned on making it, you could relate to the rainbow children. Now, what does a rainbow being have to offer? Well of dreams. So if you see any turtles, that is a huge indication that a rainbow being is trying to connect with you this week. But let's really dig into more of the details of what's going on from a rainbow being. Now, your ability, they're saying this week, focus on creating. Focus on the vision you had and have with your divine self. What can you create from it? And they're wanting to inspire you and show you how to ground messages, because right now I feel like you're seeing the message, but it's not being implemented, and you're having a hard time using the message in your life. You got the message. It's almost as if, okay, the text message was received. I opened it. I'm reading it, but I'm not understanding it. I don't know how to reply to it. I don't know how to engage and use the message, right? They're here to say we need to create something from that message. How to ground that message. And now, by doing that, by engaging, don't just leave the message unread. This is where the fifth dimension, we're not leaving spiritual messages unread. We are engaging with the message. We are actualizing what the message is meant to create in our reality. And now we're starting to dissolve the veil of illusion. We're starting to dissolve the lies that have been playing around us. And this brings us to a form of bliss. This brings us to being practical with who we are in our life. And our dreams start to show up with how we speak. Our dreams start to come into our reality because we're being practical with how we want to be happy. There's been a veil. There's been lies that want to show us, oh, well, you'll look really happy if you do this. But in reality, that look, that mirror was false. And they're here to assist us with that false mirror. They're here to say, you know what? This is your practical reality. This is what's here for you right now. And I'm going to help you ground the message that you receive, not a message that society is trying to shove on you, right? Thank you, rainbow beings. Now, let's shift over to crystal beings. They're here to assist us with our natural core centers. They're here to assist that purity. They're here to assist our innocence that we may have lost by becoming a denser carbon body. They're here to remove falsehood and allow us to see our true authenticity. Let's check out what crystal beings are assisting us with this week. The last cloak. See, we received this. I'm not sure which reading, if it was a higher self reading, but I feel like we're getting to the end stages of forgiving parts of ourselves. We're getting to the end stage. Oh, I absolutely love that. Thank you, crystal beings. We're getting to the end stage of recognizing your divine self that has a crystallized vibration, even a light. These Elohim, Seraphim, Violet, angelic beings, they do not look like how we look. They are stars. They are their own suns. They are this large ball of light, of flame. And we're releasing the old identity that traps that flame. We're releasing things that we tried to hold that flame in and we got burnt. No more getting burnt for hiding your authentic self, right? Now, your unique energy signature is being realized at this stage. So I would say work with crystals. Connect with different crystals for each type of flame. I can go through that. I might make a whole different video about that. That would be really interesting and fun to help assist you in realizing how magnificent you are and how magnificent your divine self is. So I feel like that's a pretty cut and dry message from the crystal beings. Thank you so much. Now, what about the star beings, the star seeds? These beings have no veils. These beings show up to you and they present themselves completely. Each one of the beings I mentioned, besides the blue ray beings, besides the divine beings, each being tries to come to you veiled in some sort of way to not intimidate you. The divine beings, those higher angelic beings, those solar rays, the flames, and the star seeds, they don't mask themselves because they have that pureness. They have that, I am pure and I don't really give a flying F what you think of me, because essentially you are me. And if you're having a hard time looking at me, if you're having a hard time connecting with me, that's just showing them that you need to work on that aspect of yourself, right? So I find it very interesting that the star beings, they and the angelic beings, they don't hide anything from you. And it can seem strange, it can be jarring, it can be intimidating, but it's meant to show that, you know what, you might come off as intimidating to others that are not authentically themselves, and that's okay. That is their perspective, not your perspective, unless you're trying to be intimidating. But just by authentically being yourself, that opens up a whole new bridge to love, right? So let's see what these star seeds have to say about our psychic abilities this week. Let's see what we need to shift, what we need to have presented to us differently for this week, and some cosmic inspiration and light. Let's see what's going on. Flow. Forgive, control, release, control, divine will. Oof. Flow. The star seeds are saying you need to flow this week. The galactic support that you're receiving is letting control go this week, because we are at such a fork in the road. We are ending a season and in the middle of a cycle, a lunar cycle. So we're ending spring and we're at the end of a lunar cycle that still began in spring, and it's saying to let control go. No more micromanaging the universe. The galaxy has you. You just need to be open to receiving it, because everything is happening in divine will. Everything that your divine self is doing for you, you just need to let the handles go. Now, your multidimensional guidance is oceanic consciousness. I would listen to some ocean waves. I would check in with some ocean type of like seashells. I would start working with pearls. What else could we work with? Dolphins, ocean animals. If you're around the ocean, visit the ocean. Start working with those aspects and notice if you can connect better with your divine self. I feel like your your youngest part of you really wants to connect and needs to connect not just with your higher selves, but with your divine self. So knowing yourself and your divinity is going to assist in this flow and assist you in letting go of needing to micromanage every aspect of your life. Whew. Thank you so much. This is your reading for the week. That Lemurian Star Child Assistance. Now, my name's Evren Ryu. I am an angel seed from the Seraphim, that golden flame we are talking about. I also connect again with that blue flame, that blue flame, the Elohim. So I am here with Starseed products and services. I also hold one-on-one cosmic care sessions, and I am very delighted to inform you that the life coaching plans have been lowered. I've been getting a huge amount of people wanting to engage, and now that we don't have a brick and mortar store cost, we can have our blessings at a different price. So very stoked. Head on to the website if you're interested in any of those things. Namaste, blessed. Love you guys.